Today on What It's Like, 1974 International Scout 2. But before getting into all of that, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like. This channel, we feature the classics, vintage, some exotics, lots of orphan cars, and cars that are off the beaten path. If that sounds of interest to you, hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. If you need to get in touch with me for any reason whatsoever, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I read all of the comments posted. The other way is we recently made a Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel, and the best part of all is one day I hope that the Facebook group will be a car community of people that can help other people answer questions. And you know, I'm not a jerk, so if you have a car YouTube channel as well, feel free to post it on there. It's about the car hobby, and the car community is for everyone. So all of that will be in the link in the description. All right, let's talk International Scout 2. Let's talk real quick about International, the parent company. International is short for International Harvester, and it goes by the abbreviation of IHC or IH. International was formed in 1902 with the merger of McCormick Harvesting Machine Company and the Deering Harvesting Company, as well as some smaller subsidiaries such as Milwaukee, Plano, Wardner, Bushel, and Gleasoner, which was the manufacturer of Champion spark plugs. International made all kinds of products, lawn and garden products, tractors, automobiles, trucks, commercial trucks. The thing that I like the most about International is quality built stuff made in America. We had a 52 McCormick Farmall tractor, and I used to go work the fields with my grandpa. Like 7, 8 years old, he taught me how to drive that thing. That was the very first tractor, very first stick shift that I ever learned how to drive. And it's funny because when I was a kid, I was too short to sit in the seat and drive it, and I wasn't heavy enough to push the clutch down, so I had to stand on the clutch to get the clutch to engage. But it was really hard to jump off of the clutch in such a way that it wasn't all herky-jerky. That's a story from my childhood. I absolutely love it when people share their stories in the comment section. So if you have any stories relating to any of these vehicles, feel free to share them in the comment section. Also, if you like and dig this content, please give us a like so more people can see this content in the future. Let's talk Scout. The Scout was an off-road vehicle. It was originally produced to go head-to-head with the Jeep, but things changed. The Jeep, it still goes head-to-head with the Jeep, but in my opinion, it's more like a Bronco and a Blazer than it is like a Jeep. But you could compare it to a Jeep if you wanted to. It was produced from 1961 to 1980. The OG, or the original Scout, was produced from 1961 to 1970. Scout 2 hit the scene in 1971. It was produced to the end of the production run in 1980. Scout 2 could be ordered with a travel top, which was a full metal top, Roadster, which was a half-cab variant that is very seldom seen, or with a soft top. Could be had in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, but it's important to note that most of the Scout 2s are four-wheel drive, but the two-wheel drive versions are out there. Moving on to some specs: 165.7 inches long, 69.7 inches wide, 66.1 inches tall, rides a wheelbase of 100 inches, 3,900 pounds. Price back in 1974 was $3,717, which was equivalent to you spending $22,337.89 in the year 2022. Moving on to engines. Now I'm going to open up a can of worms with this one because the information is all over the place, but I think I narrowed it down to 4 engines that they offered. I'm sorry if I missed any. It's really hard because everything's conflicting. So base engine was a 152 cubic inch displacement International inline 4-cylinder. It was good for 80 brake horsepower at 4,400 RPM with a bore of 3 7/8 inches and a stroke of 3 7/30 seconds. Compression was 819 to 1. It was fed with a single barrel carburetor, and this one was mounted up to the Borg Warner T15 3-speed manual. Moving up the ladder, 258 cubic inch displacement AMC inline 6, 4.2 liters. Now, this is why I think that the Scout 2 did not go head-to-head with the Jeep, because at this point in time, AMC owned Jeep, and this would be a conflict of interest, really. Anyway, getting back to the engine, it produced between 97 and 122 horsepower at 3,800 RPM, 190 to 200 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM, is built from cast iron, has a bore of 3.75 inches and a stroke of 3.895 inches. Real important side note about the 258. In 1975, AMC decreased the bore of this engine to 3.819. This change allowed both 232 and a 258 to share the same block, because before, the 258 had a taller, just ever so slightly taller block. So this change allowed them to share the same block, so it helped AMC save a little bit of money on construction costs. Moving to the first V8 option, 304 cubic inch displacement V8, produced 122 brake horsepower, 3,400 RPM, 266 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM, with a bore of 3 7/8 inches and a stroke of 3 7/32 inches, compression 819 to 1. Moving to the final engine, 345 cubic inch displacement V8. It was good for 150 brake horsepower at 3,500 RPM, 263 foot-pounds of torque at 2,000 RPM, with a bore of 3 7/8 inches and a stroke of 3 21/32 inches, compression 828 to 1. Side note to the whole engine thing, International did offer 8 engines from 1971 to 1980, although some of those engines didn't come out until 1975, some of them a little bit later than that. They offered diesel engines made by Nissan, all kinds of different engine options. I just wanted to clarify that. There are some sources that say that they put a 392 V8 in a Scout 2, and there's other sources that said that that engine was never part of the Scout series. If you have any more additional information, please put it in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Moving on to transmissions, all kinds of different transmissions on offer. 3-speed Borg-Warner T14 manual, 3-speed Borg-Warner T15 manual, 4-speed Borg-Warner T18 manual, 4-speed Borg-Warner T19 manual, 4-speed Borg-Warner, yeah, I've said Borg-Warner so many times I can't say it anymore, T45 manual, 3-speed Borg-Warner T39 automatic, Borg-Warner T49 automatic, which was a 3-speed unit, 3-speed Chrysler A727 automatic. So let's talk about this door panel. Just notice it's all metal. Armrest door handle right here. This is the door handle to get out. Window crank for the big window, and just notice it's all framed out. Vent window here. Just look how big that vent window is. It's absolutely huge. So cool. Coming down inside the pedal box down here, this is a vent, emergency brake, brake pedal, gas pedal, windshield wipers and washer. These are the headlights, steering wheel column. These are turn signals. This is for the tilt wheel. There's the ashtrays up here. On to the button switches and knobs, all the way to the left. I just want to point this out real quick. This dashboard setup kind of sort of looks like a Kaiser Custom 101 or a LaSalle from the 40s. In a sense that all of the gauges are single file across the dashboard. I just wanted to point that out. I thought that that was really cool. Anyway, starting with the left and moving right, temperature, oil pressure, battery, fuel, speedometer. The odometer is right at the bottom of that. Just below the 145 kilometer or 90 miles per hour numbers, just below that is the cigarette lighter. Just to the right of that is the climate controls. Well, more importantly, like the heater controls, and there is a control for air. This is what the over the hood impression looks like. You got sun visors up here, and a sun visor over here, A nice big mirror to see. Steering wheel, there's plenty of room underneath the steering wheel, and this is what the first person would look like with the steering wheel and the gauges and over the hood. On to the pros and cons section. I generally get all the pros and cons from a book that I've had since childhood, the complete book of collectible cars, blue chip auto investments, but this off-road vehicle isn't in that. In the comments section, is there any other books out there that have pros and cons similar to this book and set up like this book? Please put it in the comment section. I'm looking for more insight on various cars and stuff. Anyway, so I compiled my own list of pros and cons. On the positive side, it's rare. You won't find another one probably at another car show, so you'll be your own man. Whereas it's essentially, you know, everybody has a Jeep. Everybody has a C5 Jeep. Nobody has an International Scout. So if you want to be different, look for an International Scout. On the negative side, they are extremely rust prone. The owner of this one said that he is on his third International Scout body. So just look for rust if you're thinking about buying one of these. All right, on to Name That Tune. I'm looking for the correct name of the band and or artist, as well as the song title. First person to do that will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. First person to give me both the name of the artist as well as title of the song will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. I really appreciate everything. And until next time, toodaloo!